know that sounds kind of like, what? Moments of truth? The speech that I'm giving is from the Successful Club series. And basically it is the educational programs the educational programs that Toastmasters used to have were manuals. And you would do a series of 10 speeches, you would do a series of leadership opportunities like grammarian, evaluator, timer, and you would have to finish a series of these in order to get your CC, which is Competent Communicator, or CL, which is Competent Leadership. The next educational award is the Advanced Leadership, and it really talks about how you can have a successful club. So the Successful Club series is presentations offering, discussing quality and how we can bring more quality into our clubs at every meeting. And so that's what I want to talk a little bit about today. I was actually going to be doing the speech next week. So y'all are just going to get what you get. How about that? I mean, I think that's the great thing about Toastmasters. Allows us to sort of get up here and fake it until you make it, because that's what we're just going to do. So Moments of Truth is a discussion about the standards that create a positive impression for people in clubs. It is all those opportunities where we as club members interact with each other, where new members interact with the club, where leadership has the opportunity to create a better environment, where people have the opportunity to step up into leadership roles. So those are all moments of truth. That's what Toastmasters calls them. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about some of those moments of truth. And of course, in my spin, because my pathway, which is the new educational program, is motivational strategies. So I also like to bring into everything that I talk about some motivational stuff. Toastmasters is about what we're doing here, but it's also something you can take into your life. How you can have moments of truth in your life that mirror moments of truth in the club, all right? So the first thing that Toastmasters talks about is a first impression. How we greet our guests, how we reach out and, well, we don't shake hands anymore. We may, bump fists or elbows or feet or whatever. But so we talk about how are they greeted warmly? Do we introduce them to new members and to other officers? And those are really important ways to make sure that our first impression for new people who walk through that door is a positive one. Do we have guest books? Do we have signs? Do we have tags so that people know each other's names, so that I can reach across and say, hey Timothy, how are you? It's so nice to meet you. I'm glad that you're here. So those are ways that we create good impressions for new people. And for each other, continuing impressions. I mean, we have to also continue our own public relations internally within our club to make sure that we're still connecting and reaching out to folks. The room, is it professionally arranged, or does it look nice? Do we have, there's stuff on the board where it's a corporate workplace, it's gonna happen. But do we have chairs? Do we have a lovely view? Do we have, is it convenient? Can people find it easily? And I think that today might be one of those things. I finally stuck a sticky note up on Germany conference room because they're like, nope, this is not it. Nope, this is not it. So that's very important. How do we talk to guests? How do we talk to people in our lives to say, come, join us, welcome, come try it out. I talk to my vice presidents all the time. They're like, what are you doing on Wednesday at lunch? I'm a Toastmaster. I'm a professional speaker. I mean, not really, but I like to pretend I am. And they're like, oh, really? I said, yes, I'm learning how to speak better. You want to have a conversation? Like, no. I don't want to go up against you. I'm learning better leadership skills. And so I always invite my vice presidents and senior vice presidents, because I want to talk about what we offer in Toastmasters, what we offer here at Herbalife. And I think and they're like, oh. So I think that as often as we can encourage people to come and join, and even just as a guest. So that is a first impression moments of truth. For me, when I think about that and when I transfer that into life, is how welcoming am I to people that I meet in my world, to people that I meet in work. How am I greeting them and inviting them into things that I'm doing in my life? That am I saying, hey, let's go to here, and it's conveniently located, and being really open with how I'm introducing myself and encouraging people to be part of my life. Do I have some activities? Do I have a name tag? No, but am I making sure that maybe they have my number or my email so that I'm accessible, so that I'm available? Those are first impressions that we could create in Toastmasters, but it's the same thing that we do in life. And are we really being open and inviting people into our world? We want people to come into Toastmasters. We also want people to come into our personal world. Not shake hands, or hug, but join us maybe for a coffee. That's a very good first impression. There are 6 moments of truth that Toastmasters identifies. The first one is first impressions. The second one is membership orientation. Do people feel like they're being well oriented into pathways, into the process? Are we kind when maybe you call the Toastmaster something else? Are we allowing for mistakes? Are we encouraging everybody to be safe in this area, in this space? Do you have a mentor? Are there people that you can talk to that you can feel connected with that will help you in your Toastmasters journey? These are all moments of truth that are real moments for people that are coming in here to try to better themselves, that may feel scared, that may not know what to expect when they walk in the door, or when they're here, they've paid their money, they got their nameplate, but now they don't know what to do. Are we providing, as leaders and just people and veteran Toastmasters, are we providing that opportunity for people? Are they understanding how to speak and what is required of them, what it means to be a timer? Those are ways that, as members here, we can create a moment of truth for new people who are coming in, and actually even for older members. That's 8.
7. I said you say 7 to 10.
Yeah. So the green is 7.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I better get going. So this is what happens when we're trying to just provide so much service. And I think that in life that's also the same. How are we connecting with people and helping them in ways that we need to, being of service to people in our lives. In our first moment of truth, first impressions, we invite people into our lives. In our second orientation, how can we help people be of service in areas that they may need help in? And I think that's really very applicable in both. The third of 6 is fellowship of variety and communication. Guests are greeted warmly, they're made welcome, we provide enjoyable, entertaining, speeches. We have our table topics, which are always fun. We also have regularly scheduled social events. Our social cruise director, Rossi, oftentimes will say, hey, let's get together and let's go connect outside. And I think that those are really important for making sure that we're not just Toastmasters, we're also people. We're also human beings that are all here together. We're here for a reason. We're here because we want to better ourselves, and so this is a way in which we can better ourselves in the meeting room and better ourselves in our human interaction and getting to know each other. Because if you don't know, Rossi's an amazing photographer with her iPhone camera. Like, that is her thing. And she has an incredible website. She does incredible work. And I got my picture taken at the last bar that we went to. Excuse me, the craft brewery. The craft brewery that we went to, and they were beautiful. And so, and we can have an intellectual and exciting, interesting conversation about that. But I learned that because we were having social interactions outside. We are Toastmasters here, and we are friends outside. So, program planning and meeting organization. I think one of the biggest keys and one of the most important things for Toastmasters is that when you come into this meeting, that we're going to have a plan, we're going to have an organization, people are going to know what they do. In life, in Toastmasters as in life, nothing ever goes according to plan. But the great thing that we do here in Toastmasters is that we are training and creating leaders who can step up at any moment. That at any moment somebody can come up here, usually, and do a speech, or step into a Toastmaster role, or step into a table topics, or step into videotaping over here with her iPhone, or step into whatever it is, writing, the word of the day, most important. So I think that in life, those things happen. In Toastmaster, those things happen. But what you know that when you come in here, you're going to have an incredible program, educational program, whether or not. Is that 8, 9, or 10?
10.
How is that even possible? So the fifth thing that we talk about in Toastmasters is member strength, and that we are continuing to recruit and add members because there's value here. There's real value for your personal life, for your work life, for every part of your life. Adding more people into your life, into Toastmasters world. So currently, a club has 20 or more members. We would like to have more than that. 24, 25, 30, it wouldn't fit in here. So let's aim for 24. So if you have people you want to invite into your life, let's go back to first impressions, inviting more people into our world. All right? Member strength. Quality, not quantity. In your life, expand your circle. Connect with people. And the last one, achievement recognition. Everybody likes to receive recognition for hard work, for work that they've done, for work that they've stepped up to do. So I appreciate every single one of you for being here. Timothy, thank you for being here, even though you have a huge deadline for tomorrow, and I know that you're going to kill it, and you're going to get that job and cure us of coronavirus. So that's my goal for you, now that you've come into my world in Toastmasters and into my world as a human. And I hope that all of these moments of truth give you moments of thought of how you can do that better here in Toastmasters, how you can do that better in your life, what your real goals are, which are to create a vibrant, healthy club, a vibrant, healthy human life. They work both ways, all right? So thank you very much for the opportunity to talk about quality club standards and my successful club series. Toastmaster?